right, there we go. Okay. One of the things today that I was going to do on stream that Love and Deepspace. I've been playing it for about a year now. And how am I level 80? I don't know. I'm like 8,000 XP off. Which is also the thing to talk about. But Love and Deepspace, it's been about a year since I started playing the game. Kind of. If we look at the YouTube video here, November 13th is when I posted this video. Granted, this video was pretty much I was actually playing the game. That's crazy. Yeah. But okay, I got Love and Deepspace, and I played the main story thing for a little bit, and then I watched stuff on YouTube. So, realistically, this was exactly a year ago. But I really started to play more so was around December. So I did another stream. So about a month later, December 11th, I did the playing Love and Deepspace for the second time because the first video did very well. And so I was like, you know what? Let's hop on. So this is when I actually played the game and like did the stuff that it had to offer, like the main story, checked out the characters, the customization, battle things, whatever. Okay. So either way, it's been about a year. And I want to see how far I'm into the game, quote unquote. Thoughts and opinions. Thank you for the follow, Pee-wee. Thoughts and opinions about the game. How I feel about, the banners that have happened. Main story stuff. What I've spent. How much I play it still. Just a whole, overview talking about it. Because a year's a long time. Especially for a mobile game or just any game in general. I don't know if I've really played a game for a year straight as consistently as I've played this since Fortnite or Call of Duty when I was in middle school or high school. But granted, I think a big reason that I do is because the game is updated so consistently. If this game was not updated, I wouldn't play it. There would be no reason. So that's a big part, which is also a big thing to other video games out there that it's you just gotta update your shit, man. Every 2 to 3 weeks, just have something, even if it's a little something, it's something. But I did start playing this game when there was already 1 year of content. So that's also different, because if you play a game on release and play it for a year, I imagine people who've been playing this game since release probably don't play it as much. Or at least the vast majority probably doesn't play it as much after 2 years straight, because that's just a long amount of time. So either way, I have done, let's just see first. I've done 95 videos on Love and Deepspace since I started, which is a shit ton. Because I've done videos reacting to the trailers, doing the oh gosh, my throat is all messed up. Reacting to the trailers, doing the Kindles, doing the main story, a bunch of stuff, and that's a lot of shit. Okay, that's a lot of shit. And I haven't even done everything still. I know some people only play it for a certain LI, but I've tried to do everything for everybody, or I continually try to. Right? I've tried to do, obviously, all the main story. That doesn't count. But I've tried to, do all the Kindles, do a lot of the stories for the Kindles. Thank you for the follow, Ness. All the Bond. I've tried to do as much as I can. Obviously, the 4 stars and the, Secret Times are a bit different. But I've tried to done, the majority of the main content that is, mainly interesting or pertaining to the lore. So that's that. So I would like to, let's just see what I've done in the 1 year time. All right. Are we pooling? No, not today. I've been playing since release. I've played since release and still love it. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that if you've been playing since release, I'm sure you still enjoy the game, but I'm just saying personally, as someone who played a year after it was through, I imagine it's probably different for a majority of people. You know what I mean? Like the average consumer who plays the video game probably doesn't play it as much as they did when it came out a year ago, let alone 2 years ago. Just for any video game, that'd just be shocking, right? Just because you do doesn't mean it's different for everybody. And also, that's just my generalization, so I could be wrong as well. But yeah, I'm sure it's different for everyone. Especially for me, like I said, because I'm a variety streamer. I'm not a lad streamer. I don't only play this. I don't want to only play this. And I've had spurts throughout this year where I've played it, every day for a couple weeks, and then I probably over the past 2 or 3 months I've only played it on stream, because it's just not interesting, or there's nothing that I want to do on stream or off stream. So okay, first things first. What level am I? I am not level 80 yet, which is so embarrassing. But at the same time, like I said, I haven't really played much, chat, in the past 3 months. How am I not 80? Because, dude, I've logged on maybe, 10 to 15 times over the past, 3 to 4 months. Barely hopped on. After probably the Zane myth. Before the Zane myth, I didn't really play at all. Because I just didn't feel like it. The wedding, so up until the wedding banner is when before I went to Japan, is when I really played it a lot. Since the beginning of the year until the wedding banner. You play more than most people. I know I'm surprised you're not an 80. I stream it, but I don't really do anything else other than when I stream it. And I also don't do my dailies as much. But yeah, so I played it more consistently in January. And so Catch 22 came out. Solo Banners came out. Catch 22 is probably when I played it way more. That's probably from February to April, I think, is when I played it the most out of this whole year. And then when Raphael's Myth came out, and then Raphael's Myth to the wedding banner, which is 2 month span. I also played it a lot. Always do your dailies, yeah, but sometimes I just don't feel like opening up the game. I like I said, chat. Realistically, I wish I could check. I have not played this game or opened up this game probably more than 10 times in the past 60 to 90 days. Other than streaming. Not counting when I've opened it up on stream. I just haven't. I didn't really do Raphael's Sweet Overdrive event. I hopped on. I literally played once for the Raphael event that happened last week. I opened up the game, checked out the event for 10 minutes, and I opened up YouTube to watch it. That's it. I didn't do anything else. Why? I just didn't feel like it, man. And also, is that the game's fault? No, not really. It's just that I like a lot of video games, and I play a lot of video games, so that, if I'm at my house, I just don't want to play this. I'm not going to open up a mobile game if I'm in my house. You know what I mean? If I'm on my computer, if I'm at my house, doing something on my computer, I'm going to probably play a game on, Steam. So if I was traveling more, or, I'll open my phone if I'm bored, but I just I'm just not going to do that. And that's not the game's fault, right? I've just never been that way for mobile games. I've played Fate Grand Order in the past. I have played, the One Piece Treasure Hunt game. I have played, FF7 Ever Crisis for 2 weeks. When it came out, and then that's really all I can think of, man. FF7 is one of my favorite things ever, and I played that game for 2 weeks, bro. And the One Piece game I played for 2 weeks, and Fate Grand Order I played for probably a year and change. But I've never played a mobile game for this long in my life. I don't really like mobile games, never have. They usually don't hold my attention enough, and I just don't play on mobile because I have a PS5, I have a Switch 2, I have a PC. So if I'm at home, I'm not going to open this tiny ass screen to, just click a button. I'm going to play an action game or something more enjoyable. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's not really the game's fault. It's just, I've just never been like that for anything ever. Even for my most favorite franchise of all time, I have barely played that shit. So it's not Love and Deepspace. But on level 79, I'm 8,000 away from level 80. It's embarrassing I'm not level 80, but I'm not. And I wish I could check like my hours on the game, because I'd like to see. Heard that statistically women play more on their phone. Interesting. Still waiting for Nikkei. I'll get to Nikkei. I get that you have a lot of other games to play too. Yeah. You play more than most. I would say that I play more now. Actually, the game's got much better and has much more content things to do. It's pretty boring. It released a lot of features. Well, yeah. I'm not saying people don't play more now. I'm just like, personally, I guess, like, there's only so much in the game that you can do. That's what I mean. Like, if this game came out and, like, you played every update, you did the main story, and you did, like, the banners, I feel like at this point in the story, you're only going to hop on every couple days, other than doing dailies, to, like, do your, like, chores. And I feel like this happened with Genshin Impact for me, and this happens for a lot of people that I know, and just gacha games in general. Gacha games turn into, like, chores where you're only logging on to, like, do your dailies or do the stuff that resets every week, because you put so much time into it or so much money into it, or you have, you know, some sort of connection with the game that you feel like you have to do it, because if you don't, it's a waste of your time or money. And that's like the psychological thing that is not good. That I literally have friends that still play Genshin to this day and only hop on to do their dailies. And that's it. Right? They don't give a fuck about the game. Or right? And when new updates come out, they play, obviously. But they play the update, they do everything they can do in the day or two because they're maxed out on everything, and then they stop, right? And so if a game turns like that to me, I get rid of it. Granted, I'm not going to do that for Love and Deepspace because I still enjoy it, and the story is still ongoing, and people like to watch me play it. But if that ever happens, then obviously I'm not gonna play this game if I don't want to. I'm not forcing myself to do this because that's stupid. But that's happened to me a lot in the past with gacha games. And like I said, why I just don't play them anymore, because once it turns into a chore, which pretty much Love and Deepspace is, because when I stream it, I do the main story, or I'll read the anecdotes, or I'll do anything this game really has to offer. A lot of the time, it's for stream. Not for stream, but it's because I know people want to see me do it on stream. So, granted, I would do the main story off stream. I'd do the myths, or like the Kindles off stream, or I would read the anecdotes off stream, which I would like to do myself. But I know people want to see that, so I hold off for stream for the sake of that. Right? I'm not doing it just because of you guys. Obviously, if I want to play it, I'm going to play it. But I'm like, okay, people want to watch me play it, so I'll put it off. And so then for me putting it off, and, you know, me being a variety streamer, playing other games, and just not being in the mood to play it, it then gets pushed back or doesn't happen. So then, after a while, I just lose interest to do it because it takes so long to do. Which is why, you know, I still haven't gone through a lot of the main story, or not a lot of it, but Death and Rebirth or other things, because it just takes a while, and because there's just so much to do, which is a good thing. So getting away from the bad parts, right? Let's talk about the good parts first, mainly. What is fun, and what do I still really enjoy about this game a year later? Okay? So first things first, the events. After 1 year of playing, not knowing a year ago how this game works and how it does its events, I think this is probably one of the, with like Fortnite and like current Marvel Rivals, because Marvel Rivals has a lot of updates. This is one of the few games in my lifetime that has consistently updated the game every couple weeks with some sort of content that is kind of substantial to extremely substantial. Granted, the events last like a week to 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and it's just like a mini game with some like flavor text bullshit, and you pull for the cards. I will say that I am blown away that at the frequency of what this game pumps out in this video game climate. And a lot of it probably has to do with, you know, it being by Chinese developers, because the development cycle of a lot of games over there are totally different. Work culture is different, whatever. But shit is crazy. And so shout out to the devs for doing that, because there's just a few games that I play that do it that frequently. Is it sustainable? I don't really know. A lot of the time it's not sustainable, but they still do it. And obviously, you know, the updates and events they do always aren't a hit. Of course, you know, some multi-banners like the summer banner are boring or underwhelming, or just, you know, it's just okay. But I think the consistency and quality and level of stuff that this game has put out from a week-to-week, month-to-month basis over the past year, and seeing that evolution of the amount of content and what it entails and the quality of it from like a mocap's perspective or an animation perspective, it has gotten better and it has stayed frequent, I think, which is crazy. And that's a big plus to this game, and to why I still play it and still think it's interesting, and why I think it still makes so much money, and why it's more popular than ever, because it actively is like trying to be a better game while giving the same frequency of updates as it did since it came out, which is cool. And a lot of games don't do that. A lot of games will have like a lot of stuff planned at the beginning, and then it falls off because obviously it falls off of popularity, which is just a natural cycle of games. Or it comes out with not much, and then it really picks up at the end because, you know, it gives the devs time to make stuff. And so usually it's like either a big load in the beginning or a big load at the end. Pause. And, you know, granted, I started playing last year, so this was about 1 year in. So the beginning probably had way less. However, from someone who just played a year ago, where I think a lot of people got into it a year ago, over the past year at least as well, it's pretty damn frequent and consistent, which is cool and shocking. And so that's, like I said, pretty. I'm shocked. And you know, a lot of more games are doing it now, for sure, because they're realizing like, hey, if we want to keep making people spend money, we have to keep showing them that we care about them spending money. We need, like, even though a company realistically doesn't care about anything you have to do with the game other than giving them money, I've talked about this many times before, they have to act like they care. Right? They have to show you that they care and be like, hey, we do care, because they do to a degree, but still get the money from you. And that comes with, you know, frequency of updates. That could be with, you know, noticeably seeing the quality increase from update to update. That is a good sign of like, okay, they clearly are like putting the money from the game into the game again, or being communicative with the community, which that might have set off an alert that when I just said that, because that jumping to an issue that I have with the game a year after playing, compared to other games, Infold doesn't update shit. Not in the sense of they don't talk to the people who play their game. And maybe they do in China, maybe it's different over there. However, still, I don't see that either. Maybe it's just because I'm not, you know, I use Twitter and stuff, so maybe I'm on the wrong platform. So I could be totally wrong here, which is okay. But I just don't think they're communicative about the game and their updates and problems and things, which is unfortunate. Because like I said, as someone who plays the game, and this doesn't have to do exactly with the game, it, you know, still kind of does to a degree. It makes me kind of like not want to do shit. It makes me want to care. It makes me care less about the game when I don't know what's coming, and I feel like it's on rails. Like it feels like the company is just cruising, updating stuff, doing what they have to do, and keep going. And like I said, it's kind of contradicting what I said previously, because, you know, the updates have been getting better and better, but, you know, it's been this fine line of like a bad relationship with, oh, cool update, like, okay, free stuff here and there, and then, okay, wait, what about this issue? What about, you know, the skin color issues and the lighting issues and blah, 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 blah. All the, it's like, it's very back and forth. Which, like I said, that doesn't inherently affect how much I play the game that much, but it, to a degree, it does, because, you know, it's nice to look forward to things. It's nice to know what's coming. I don't want to be told outright what's coming, but it's nice. It'd be nice to know at least a general outline of, you know, things that may happen. But that's not the end of the world. No roadmap isn't the end of the world. There's a lot of more issues with the game that should be talked about. Whatever. But either way, doesn't really mean much about me playing the game a year later. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. The frequency of the banners is really frustrating, though. It's expensive to pull for the banners, and Infold really gives rewards. Well, that is one thing. The frequency of the banners is not good for people who want to pull on all the banners. However, I think if the banners weren't as frequent, then people would complain as well that they're bored and there's not enough to do, because people already complain that there's not enough to do, right? So if they make it even less frequent, there'll be even more issues, right? Granted, it gives people more time to earn rewards and whatnot, which I think the game should give more red gems. Personally, now that it's been a year, there's still a lot of stuff I have yet to do, right? There's still a lot of red gems I could earn. But in the beginning of the game, they front load you with a lot of red gems, like every gacha game usually does. But it significantly gets harder to earn them, and it gets in the things you have to do to get red gems. The amount of effort to get red gems doesn't equate to the amount that you get for a lot of things, whether that's the battles or like the star. I don't even know what it's called. Like some of the battle bullshit, like the core hunts, not core, unicorn operation, abyssal, like that stuff, deep space trial, like all this stuff. It's fine to do, but for me, I have barely done that even in the beginning because it just wasn't fun. To me, that feels like a chore. And once again, that's why I said with games, other gacha games in the past, if I'm playing the game and I'm doing the combat or hopping on daily or weekly to do these things, the dopamine and excitement that I get from, getting to a higher level or getting the stars to get more stuff only lasts so long because, Hunter's Contest, Deep Space Trial, Abyssal Chaos, Unicorn Operations, granted, there's those 4 things. There's Bounty Hunt and Core Hunt, those don't really count. That you have these 4 things. However, it's the same 4 things with different spice. It's all the same. It's just the 4 same things slightly altered. And so none of it's interesting because all I want to do is hop on, play, and earn stuff that will make my characters better, or hop on, play, and get me good rewards or items or outfits, right? But the effort it takes and time it takes to get those for doing these 4 things, it just feels like it's too much, and you have to put so much time into another thing just so that you can start to do a different thing. So it's like this tower of, okay, to do this Deep Space Trial, I have to get a bunch of XP dust from bounty hunts and other things, right? So you do that, and then from doing that, you finally get some Deep Space Trial stuff. But you have to put all that effort into those things that Hunter Contest and the other things, like, it doesn't carry over, like, perfectly, because if you want to focus on, like, 1 character or 2 characters, the other characters get shafted, or maybe you don't have a certain color for a certain character because there's just not that many colors available for them. So it's this game of, like, tug and pull or whatever the hell, tug of war, I don't even know, with a lot of stuff that feels like it's all chores. And it takes time. It's fine that it takes time because it's a gacha game, and they need it to take time because then people are going to get through it too quickly, then they're going to complain. So there's this fine line of, okay, stuff can't be too grindy because then people don't like that, but also it can't be too easy because then we run out too quickly and then people complain that there's not enough content. So no groups will ever be fully happy, which I get that. And I think some people don't understand that, is that a company cannot please everybody, let alone they shouldn't try to please everybody, because it will never work out. Because if you try to please everybody, both sides will be angry. And if you try to please one group, then one side will be angry, but the other side will be less angry. So they got to figure out this way to, like, not make it super grindy, or they have to pick which way they want to go. Because it's just like I said, all 4 of these things feel like chores, and it ties into, playing this a year later. Look, dude, I'll show you guys. I am orbit 41, bro. That's horrible. I'm orbit 20. Look at this. 13 on Xavier, 10 on Zane, 41 on Raphael, 21 on Silas, 24 on Caleb, 41 in the open orbit. That's ass. That's not good at any of them, right? But I just don't feel like doing it because it's a chore. It's not fun. It's not fun. I don't get any. The rewards kind of suck. Like, I log on, and to me, it's like, okay, would I hop on and do this thing, right? And I get these rewards that I feel like it's diminishing returns, or do I just not waste my 15 minutes and just do something else in my day? I'm obviously going to just pick I'm not going to waste my 15 minutes and my 10% of battery and waste my time on this thing because I just don't feel like it. And then also, when I try to do the orbit, I then don't have a certain character leveled up enough for something, so then I got to go to the core hunt, or I got to go to do other things to get enough XP to level them up, and then if I want to do another character on the orbit trial, then I need XP for the other character, or I need to pool for, like, it's like this, like I said, it's this constant thing of like, okay, let me do this, so I can do this one thing, but then wait, what about this other thing that I could do? Because then I can't do this other thing, and it's just like this like thing where it's just like, oh my god, it takes a while, and it's fine, like I said. But that's just a major thing where it's just I'm just not built for those type of games, man. I'm just not built for this. And some people are. Some people love this shit. And that's fine if you love it. Like I said, they got to appease some group of people who play this. And if they're appeasing that group of people who really like to do this, that's okay and that's good. And then that's just not going to be for me. But my opinion, personally, and for how I play games, and I've always played games, and how I play mobile games, and how I like mobile games, I just don't find it interesting. Please spend your stamina. I will. I played earlier, but I just don't care. Because for me, it's like, if I get a cool card and I do the story and I do the kindled, it's like, there we go. Like, what incentive do I have to do Deep Space Trial, Hunter Contest, Unicorn Operations, or Abyssal Chaos? Other than getting more red gems? Like, other than getting more red gems, which I know is like a huge thing, that incentive is so minimal because you don't get any gems. You get nothing. I just feel like you get nothing. If I'm going to play for like an hour now to try to get gems, I'm going to get maybe like 4 to 5 pools. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll get more. And it's fine if I'm wrong. But I just feel like it doesn't feel worth it to play an hour for 4 to 5 pools that will probably be bad. The time in to time out ratio just doesn't feel worth it when you could just swipe your card, right? And maybe I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here. And it'd be interesting to see how other people feel, but it's obviously purposeful. It's obviously purposeful that is diminishing returns. Is that the right word? It's purposeful. It's purposeful that when you play the game and you get these gems, it's a small amount, so that from you playing so much and putting in that grinding time, you'll get rewarded. Every once in a while, you'll get a bunch of shit. Like, from playing a bunch and reaching a certain Deep Space Trial or Abyssal Chaos, like a really, really high tier, putting in, X amount of hours, you'll get a bunch of stuff when you hit that point. But the journey to get to that is slow and boring and arduous and not fun. So most people just don't do that part because that's the bulk of it, right? And so then that makes people feeling like, okay, I'll just spend the money because I can save my time, because time is more important than money for a lot of people, which makes sense. I'll just save my time and get the satisfaction quicker, and I can just earn money at work or have I earn money, and I don't have to waste my time, and I can use my time to do other stuff. And there's no downside. Obviously, you spend your money, but it's like, oh, I'll just go to work and just get it back. And so that's a lot of the game feels like that. Especially now after playing for a year, it's just like, I just don't care about Abyssal Chaos. I just don't give a shit, bro. Because I could just spend the money. Or I could just look it up on YouTube. Because once again, it's just like, I could just watch it online, which sucks. And I don't want to watch. I'd love to have it. But it's just like, it just lost the feeling of it being like necessary to do a lot of this stuff. Personally, for me, they should add the shopping games where you get kitty card to get gems to get cards. Bro, making me depressed and high. There's nothing wrong if you spend your time it's a video game, right? A video game is a video game. However you play is fine. I'm just saying, I just don't think it's worth my time. But just because it's not worth my time doesn't mean it's worthless, or it doesn't mean my time is more important than yours. Dude, I'll sit and I'll play fucking Ball X Pit on Steam, right? Me playing Ball X Pit for 2 hours versus you playing Love and Deepspace, it's the same thing. We're both playing video games, so it doesn't matter. So it all really just depends, what games you like, what you're trying to aim for, whatever, right? If I'm playing Arc Raiders, trying to, unlock the next, I don't fucking play Arc Raiders, so bad example. But if I'm playing Ball X Pit, trying to get to the next level, and I play that for 6 hours, and I get the next level after 6 hours. It's the same thing if someone plays Love and Deepspace for 6 hours, and they finally get through the Abyssal Chaos, or they can finally get 20 Deep Space trials up ahead. It's the same exact thing. I'm just saying I don't get that same satisfaction than I do in a lot of video games in Love and Deepspace, because the reward, the gems, isn't as important to me because you can just spend the money or watch the card on YouTube. And so that's what I'm trying to say. But like I said, it's a video game at the end of the day. So it you know, it's no different than any other video game in how you spend your time. I'm just saying I don't think the game incentivizes it well enough for it to be interesting still. But it's fun finally clearing a stage you've been stuck on for months. Oh, yeah, I know. I get that. It's the same thing if I play other video games. You know what I mean? Like if I'm playing Dark Souls and I'm on a boss for 5 hours, I'm sure that feeling of being stuck on a boss for 5 hours and then finally beating it, it's the same chemical in your brain for when you're stuck on something for months on a stage and you beat it, right? I'm just thinking, for me personally, I don't need to, like, play the game or want to play the game and take all that time to do those things when I have other video games I'd rather play, or other methods to get that, like, dopamine hit. Which is, like I said, why you know, shit's expensive in the game, because they know a lot of people feel that way. But for people who are free to play or don't have a job that love this game and want stuff because they'll use the money they have, and after they use it, don't get what they want, it sucks, so you get to start the grind all over again. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's also the thing. That's why I think it sucks, Gamer God. It's like playing the game, not spending any money, and doing all these things. Like, that's why it's even more frustrating, or like even less enjoyable, is that if you don't have the money to spend, then it sucks even more. And then, at least for me, that would drive me away even more, right? Like, if I'm playing this and I'm like, I don't have the money to spend on this game because I don't like to spend money on mobile games, or I just can't afford it, then you really want to grind, right? And unlock these things. But eventually, at least for me, that's how it was with Deep Space Trials. I was like, you know what? I know I only got 40 in, but I was like, I would hop on and I would do the trials with Raphael or the characters or something, and I'd do them and I'd fail, right? And I would be like, okay, let me go grind core hunts or battles so I can get XP and better protocores. And I do that, and I run out of stamina, and I do it the day after, and I keep doing that until I could finally get through that Deep Space trial. And it would take a day or 2 days or 3 days or whatever, a couple hours. And so after doing that for a couple weeks or a couple months, I was like, you know what? I don't really care anymore. I feel like I'm not getting any satisfaction from this because the cards I can just, you know, watch on YouTube, or I just won't pull for them. You know, and there's been some really cool cards, but it's just kind of like, that's just how it is. But it's a gacha game. It's made to make money. It's made to for you to put a lot of time into it. It's like the way this game is. It's this way for a reason. And I know that's not some profound thing I'm saying. I'm not trying to say I'm some smart ass guy. Like, I'm not at all. But like, it's just how the game is. So the main story gives me the most satisfaction. Me too. And so on the topic of that, moving on to the next topic, is that another thing that, let's go back to things that I love about the game. I'm going to stop being a downer for a second, right? The main story. After a year of playing the game, I'm still technically not caught up frequent, which sucks, but the main story is so fun. It is so enjoyable. And I love it. The lore is good. Having all the characters have their own little things is really good. I'm glad it's updated, but I wish it was updated more. I think the main story is the most intriguing part of the game, hands down. I think everybody could agree. I don't really care about, like, dude, the main story, I care about a lot of stuff in the game, but the main story is like the main thing. So realistically, if that's the only thing that got updates, that's fine. Like, I want to see what happens with these characters and how they evolve. I love the myths. I love the multi-banners. I love the solo cards. But at the end of the day, because a lot of it isn't connected, or quote unquote, we don't know what's connected. There's so much of it's convoluted in what's connected, what's not connected. People on Twitter or like online saying theories about all these things. Like it's like it's interesting, and I like talking about that. But it gets to a point sometimes where playing the 7th card that doesn't have any like connection to the main story, or is like a similar thing that we've done in another card with a different context, it kind of gets boring. Or it kind of gets like, you know what? I've been through this before. I just want to see how these characters evolve. I love the cute moments, the cute dialogue, the sweet scenes, the spicy scenes, whatever. It's all entertaining. I don't want that to be taken away, and I do enjoy that. But it gets to a point where I'm like, you know what? Just give me main story, bro. Because it's that interesting. It's that good. The anecdotes and all those other things are great too. Those are great additives. I think those are even more interesting than like the cards. I think the card stories, like, they're my least favorite thing about this game when it comes to like lore. Like World Underneath, anecdotes, main story, and then cards. Cards are the worst. They're not bad, but like anecdote is like, it's just text, and I'd rather just read text straight up about what happens on the lore than sitting through like a 1-hour card and getting bits and pieces of lore that is like, wait, it's in another universe thing. Like that, just, I'm like, dude, I just want to know what happens. Or like, I just want, like, I need to see evolve. Like, I want to see the character evolving and referencing things that have happened in the past, showing that they have grown from that, they've learned from that, they haven't grown from it. Like, I want to see actual evolution and hear it and read it. And so a lot of that gets lost when a lot of those cards are like in the different universes, and it leads me to not care about it. Because I don't use the date features in this game, chat. I don't really care about what? Oh my gosh. I don't really care about relaxed time. All this stuff. I've never used this really ever. Only used on stream. I'll never use this other than on stream. It adds nothing to me. I don't give a shit. So I play the game for the lore and the character interactions, right? And so like me doing the remind me, relax time, what to eat, like obviously you're interacting with the character, but it's the same, it's the same sit here, stare at the screen, say the same 5 dialogue lines. So, and that's fine if you use the date feature. That's a huge part of why this game is interesting. Also, I'm a straight guy, so that isn't made for me. So me not liking it has nothing to do with that. That's okay. Obviously, like it's clearly this is not why I'm playing the game, and it's not for me anyways. So there's plenty of people who probably use that on a daily, which is fine. That's fucking probably 50% of the user base, if not more. That's main draw of the game as well. So it shouldn't be taken away. I feel like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think they should honestly update this more. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really use them too, besides the period checker. I don't touch them. Well, maybe you guys don't use them as much as I thought, but like, this is just, they could update it more, maybe like, I don't know what they could do with this. I think it's fine. They don't need to change that. I think it's good how it is. But the reason I bring it up is just to tie in, like, after a year, I just wish there's more stuff that I can see that the characters get affected by and grow. That isn't the main story. Or I wish main story updates were more frequent. But it's hard to see that growth of all the characters because all the cards are like, oh, it's this universe, it's this version of Raphael, it's this version of Silas, it's all these different things, and it's just like, damn, dude, like, so in this idol banner card of Raphael, did he go through the events of this, this, and this? I don't know, right? Because obviously characters have traits, and they have tropes, and they repeat these tropes and traits, which is fine. That's the whole point of a character in a dating game, and, right, you like a character because you like those things. But for the main story, and for cards, like, the reason I think any video game or show or anything characters are interesting is because you get to see how those characters grow and change and evolve and like reference past things. And so all this basically just ties back into me saying we just need more lore, that we need more connected lore for the main allies. I would like that. Maybe that's a bad ask, or maybe that's a greedy ask. I know they can only, have so much story content. They can only develop it so quickly. I get it. So I'm not saying develop it quicker or something. Excuse me. I just wish more stuff was connected. That's a personal thing too. Some people are different. I just like when stuff's connected. And so it takes away interest when something is just, it's like, oh, it's a separate universe. Or like it's a different thing. Because then main story Raphael, I'm like, okay, so then he never went through the, like, which lifetime is this? Like, did he ever go through the thing from this card from this? Like, I wouldn't know. I want Raphael to tell me, or I want the story to reference that or something. And so, once again, it just ties all back into the cards and how they're very hit or miss for me. After playing for a year and getting through all the event banners and whatnot, a lot of the time people complain to me and they're like, hey, you should do the story for this card. And granted, I should have done the story on the Caleb card, but a lot of the time the story is on, it's very picky and choosy too. But like the idol banner stories, I did not need to read any of those. They were boring. I don't care. Do I remember a single thing from any of those? No. I remember the Kindled, right? Do I remember any dialogue or moments from the story that I read? No. Maybe I'm a dumb bitch and that's my fault. But I just don't, dude. And that's like the thing where I'm just like, they don't need to be, I think, that long. Or like, I don't know. I'm going on a different tangent now. But it just ties into like wishing there was more main story stuff that was connected, because it all like just kind of jumbles together and it kind of like loses interest. But either way, okay, I'm getting sidetracked talking about things that, or just complaints about the game. I like the idol banner. I liked it too. I think it was great. I'm just saying the cards, the stories for the idol banner cards, I didn't give a shit about. And I could have skipped all of them. I could have watched all the Kindleds, and I could have read a 2-sentence summary of what happens before and after the Kindled plays. And that would have been more than enough for me. And I would have saved time and had more fun probably. Which sucks. I don't like to say that, but that's just how it was, But if it was like main story, and it all connected into like the main story, and it was like, hey, while Raphael was doing this in prologue to tomorrow, or not prologue to tomorrow, but whatever, like in between this event in the main story, Raphael went to do this, right? Granted, you have to do a lot of like retroactive like fixing, but I don't know, that's not my fucking job. So, like, I just wish it had all a place here and there so it felt meaningful. Like, you wish it was tied to the canon more. Yeah. A lot of things don't feel as meaningful to me after 1 year of experiencing it. Catch 22 was amazing, though. But no, there's exceptions, though, for everything. Like I said, there's exceptions for events. There's exceptions for the stories. There's exceptions for solo events. Like, there's a bunch of exceptions. Catch 22 is sick. Those being separate stories is good. That's fine. I'm not saying separate stories is bad and everything needs to be connected to the main canon, because that's also stupid and very much limits what they can do. I just think there's just variety. All I want's variety. That's it. But what up, Raging Wolf? How you doing? Okay, next. My level, not level 80 yet. Ooh, oopsies. Let's check out my memories. Let's see what memories we got. So, after 1 year, my highest memories levels Raphael, Mist Sea, Lament and Descent, level 80. Temple's Promise, 80. That's it. That's really bad. I know that's really bad. Don't shoot me. Granted, I have a lot of stuff saved up. My game's also incredibly laggy, which is really bad. Hold up, wait. Can I get like a... Wait, hold up. Yeah, here we go. I have a lot of XP saved up, as you can see. And the reason I do is because if there's new cards that come out, or like if I'm doing like... Or when I was playing it really more, sometimes, like, for example, I feel like if I use all of this, I'm fucked. Because if I go to Deep Space Trial or Abyssal Chaos or something, and I want to do these, I feel like if I don't have XP saved up, because I will get stuck, I won't get stuck on level 10, right? I'll probably be able to get to like level 30 or 40 with some of these. But like, I feel like if I don't have XP saved up, I'm going to be screwed, and then it's going to take me like a week to level something up to like level 80. Because stuff takes... Stuff takes a long time to level up, man. And that, but once again, plays back into like doing the Deep Space Trials and the combat stuff in the game. If you want to, you know, continue on the Deep Space Trials and like go farther, you need to have certain colors of certain LIs, right? But they also have to be leveled up. And to level them up from like 70 to 80 or 60 to 70 is a lot of fucking XP. And so if you want red gems and you want XP dust, you gotta do different stuff for that, right? And so so it's like, okay, I want to do this one thing, but wait, I gotta do this other thing first. You're like, wait, okay, but, oh shit. Well, if I want to do thing number 1, thing number 2, I gotta do thing number 3 so I can do thing number 2, which means I can then do thing number 1. And so it then turns into this grocery list of shit. And you're like, oh my god, wait. But my proto cores also aren't leveled up. So maybe I should do that. But wait, if I spend my proto cores on my stuff and it doesn't help me get past this Deep Space Trial, then I'll have to wait even longer to save up stamina and other things so that I can use it on thing number 2, then to do thing number 1 again. And it's this whole like, okay, what should I do first? But if I do this first, it uses these resources, which then may put me farther back behind on this other thing I'm trying to do on this other character. So you have to like really focus in on a couple things, and it's really hard to feel like you're not juggling a lot. And then for me, that turns into a chore, right? I don't want to feel like I'm micromanaging a game, let alone a mobile game that I want to play, you know, hop on my phone in the morning while I'm taking a shit, while I'm on the train, doing these things quickly, have fun for 20 minutes while I'm traveling, whatever, and then I get off and I then I play it again at night before I go to bed. Like, to me, a mobile game is you hop on, you play for a little bit throughout the day, or once a day, or twice, whatever, and not for 2 to 3 hour periods. I feel like for this game, for the combat stuff, you really got to sit and play for a while, or not a while, but it just becomes boring. Just sitting there, turning on auto, watching the combat play. It's just like, I don't want to do this. You know what? I'd rather just turn off my phone and just listen to music, or just look at nature in front of me. Like, that's what it turns into. At least you can skip the combat. That is really nice. Yeah, that is really nice. But yeah, it just, I don't know, man. That's how I feel. But yeah, my memories are not really leveled up as much. Like I said, granted, I could like boost some of these if I wanted, but I just don't know what to level up. So as of now, since I don't really play the game a lot, I'm just gonna keep this XP, because maybe one day I'll have an interest, or the update will come out in January, and I'll be like, oh my god, I need these characters. Then I'll use it. But as of now, that's what I'm looking like. Yeah, there we go. Let's look at Xavier's. Oh my god, that's it. Holy shit. Well, you got to build your own system and stick to it. It's all just consistency. Well, yeah, but I don't want to. I just don't feel like playing a game for that much, like a mobile game that much. That's just me personally. Like, I don't want to build a system in a game that's like feels like a chore, you know. Like, I think I'm more inclined if it's like a multiplayer game or like a story game, because I love story games and I love multiplayer games. In this game's story, I don't have to do the combat for the story, really. Like, I know there's combat stuff in the story, but you don't have to be super high level. So just think about it for a second. If I'm playing a multiplayer game with friends, I'll grind to play with my friends, right? Or I'll grind to unlock new areas and whatnot. But this game doesn't have that. So I don't have a reason to grind for new areas or something. It's just higher level stuff and higher on the Deep Space trial. And then the game doesn't have that, so that's fine. Maybe the game has like main story single player stuff that you can do and you grind for and you play through the game and level up so you can unlock more single player. Oh wait, no. Single player only gets updated every X amount of months and you don't really have to do much combat for that. Okay. Take that away then. Okay. So then why do I want to play why do I want to do the combat? What is pulling me in to play the combat and keep me intrigued in coming back to play? If there is no story to progress and there is no multiplayer or like new zones or new things to do or collect, whether by myself or with friends, it's like, well, there's not really anything then. Other than, you get a tiny bit of red gems, you get a tiny bit of this and that. It's just like, damn, dude, for the hot men. Well, you do have the hot men. Dude, for as little as I play like the battles and stuff, look at this. I have all the interesting stuff to do. I don't need to do any of that other stuff. I got the cards, I have the Kindles, I have the stories, I have the main story. This battle section, I don't got to touch this. I can experience the whole game without the battle section, which is great. I don't think that's a bad thing. But then also at the same time, that's why I say that like I don't play the game that much, because then I hop on, I do the events, and I have fun, I stream and I get off, because that's all I need to do, right? I don't need to do the battle stuff, because all the interesting stuff I already have or I get quickly enough. So yeah, I don't know. Then you make grinding more fun. I feel like you don't grind Abyssal Chaos but more than the minigame story, but once you've played it, then it gets stale. Yeah, I can't bring myself to do Abyssal Chaos and Kali, but I know I need to for the diamonds. Yeah. Well, see, Skyheart, that's the thing where I'm like, if you're like, I know I need to do this thing to unlock this thing in the game, right? But you don't feel like it. The moment for me, this is how I am with any game. The moment any game is making me feel like I have to get on to play it, I have to do this thing in a game. Because why do I have to do this thing? Because I have to. Because the game is making me do this thing. Like, inherently, I have to do this because I don't want to, but like the game makes me feel like I have to unlock X and Y. That's when I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm not playing the game. Once a game starts to make me feel like I'm like missing out on something or I have to do something for the sake of it, that's it. There's no friends telling me to play or hop on. I'm not grinding for like story or something. That's when I'm like, you know what? Okay, this is a problem. And so that's what the issue I have. That's come up with other games in the past. 100% Abyssal Chaos for some reason. The other one that feels too tedious to 100%. Yeah, I just want to do battles for a bit when you unlock new campaign. That's true, Shadow Liquor. I don't disagree. No. What I'm saying now doesn't mean I think this game... I'm having all these complaints, but I'm not saying the game is bad. I'm not saying the game sucks. I'm not saying I hate the game and I'm never going to play it again. Obviously, the game has a lot of issues. But most of my complaints right now, chat, are things that I would say for almost any video game if I played it for 1 year. I think, genuinely, any single video game that I play for over a year would probably have the same complaints. Fortnite, Call of Duty, all the same thing. It's like, damn, not enough updates to keep me intrigued. Not enough reason to keep me playing and grinding. I hop on for an event or whatever, and I play for a bit, then I hop off. That happens with Call of Duty every year. That happened with Fortnite in the beginning. Like, that's all video games in general. So my gripes are things that are common. But that's good because... I don't think that's good, but I'm saying that's not good. But I think also, like, that's good because this game does so much other things well that the only complaints I have are complaints that every game has, because that's just how video games work and how interests work with me with games. So I think like the complaints I have are like the bare minimum, like kindest things I could say about the game in a way, because it does a lot of good stuff. So like what I'm saying, if you're taking offense to it or thinking that like I hate the game, then totally you're not hearing me out. I know no one here is saying that, but just general blanket statement. But yeah, I'm going on a tangent. Either way, I'm a year into the game. I'm only promised level 10, or I guess there's a new promise. So, but I'm only promised level 10 right now, which is bad. The check-in chopped, supply chopped, events chopped. Barely done it. Don't judge me. Wishes. I currently have 6,000 red gems. I have 28 pools for tomorrow. I have 22 blue pools. Shop. Doesn't really matter. Story. I guess I'm doing a full overview real quick. Story. I have Death and Rebirth to still do, and I still have Prologue to tomorrow for Xavier. World Underneath. I've read a couple of these, but I've clicked on most of them. But I need to read all those. I've read all of Xavier's anecdotes. I've read Raphael's. I need to read the other guys' anecdotes. I've done Raphael's bonds and myths. I've done everybody's myths except for one of Zane's. That's it. And then I have to do the bonds for Zane and Xavier. That's it. I've done the bond for Silas, Raphael, and Caleb. And then what else? There's my text messages. I'm level 70. Okay, yeah, my affinity. I'm affinity 52 with Zane, 74 with Raph, 51 with Silas, 51 with Xavier, 49 with Caleb. I don't know how good that is, but I'm giving you guys the full overview. So a year from now, once I'm 2 years into the game, if I'm still playing it by then I can look back on this video and see it. I'm not 100th Raph, no. I'm only 74, which is pretty low. Not yet. I'm over 100 with all 4 and 8. Damn, that's fucking crazy. That's cool, though. There's a YouTube channel who reads the World Underneath. Oh, there is tomorrow? Oh, that's cool. I'd probably read the World Underneath stuff off stream. Or maybe on stream, but we'll see. But honestly, I completely ignore the Deepspace trials and just focus on the senior hunter contest to get diamonds. Ringmaster, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the battles in this game, I'm sure everybody probably ignores one of the things and focuses on the other. Because you realistically just cannot do all 4 of these consistently or effectively. Maybe I'm wrong, but just the way they're formatted, it's just too much to do effectively and like as efficiently as possible. You really got to focus in on 1 or 2 of these. At least I feel like it, because they all, different LIs, different colors with the LIs, different combinations, protocors. But it all feels the same to me, so I don't know. I'm at like 95 with Caleb, which is the highest affinity I have. I just hit 100 with them all today. Oh, that's cool. That's good. But yeah, what else do I have to show off, chat, after 1 year? I've been grinding on Claw Machine and Kitty Cards. I've barely done those, too. My house is 163. Nice. Damn. Yeah, I would like to get 100. The highest way to get affinity is just, what, Deep Space Trials and leveling up the cards? Is that it? Desks? Oh, yeah, I'll show you my desks. What's my favorite card? Oh, yeah, true. Hold up. Okay, my favorite... Leveling up, bringing up Claw. Oh, yeah, Kitty, duh. So, 1 year in, my favorite card event. I'll tell you. What's my favorite card and event in general and for each character? Hold up. Affinity up. Beautiful. Well, there we go. Affinity up. Beautiful. I just said that twice. Like a fucking idiot. 75. Lovely. Also, the game is so laggy. It's really bad. It's really... I don't know why it's been so bad recently. Okay. My favorite card. I think... Hmm. 'Cause, 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 I think, chat, the coolest aesthetic card so far, in my opinion, of the whole game is Caleb's myth. I think Caleb's okay, but aesthetically, I think that it is by far the best. It is so cool. And obviously I love FF and Nier, so pretty easy guess. I think it's the one this year is probably the one that I would be like, damn, that is, they could make a full game off of this. It's insane. My favorite Raphael card is going to be his myth, his third myth. Actually, hold up. Let's start. Raphael. Favorite overall, Caleb. Caleb's fucking robot bullshit. Raphael's, I would say, probably goes to his third myth or his birthday, Boundless Sea. His birthday I really liked. I like that kindled a lot. Yeah, I like that kindled. That's good. Wisteria Waltz is number 3. Wisteria Waltz is good kindled, and the story with Wisteria Waltz is actually really enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoy the Wisteria Waltz story. Xavier. I would say Light Seeking, Shadowrend, whatever the fuck, this myth, great. Probably my favorite. I would say that in Night, whatever the fuck. This, his third myth, also favorite. King Xavier. Kindled, yeah, definitely the favorite kindled for Xavier. It's amazing. It's fucking beautiful. Wisteria Waltz is my favorite RAF card. Wisteria Waltz is phenomenal. All right, next, Zane. My favorite Zane is the third myth as well. The story for it, the kindleds, all of it was so good. It was interesting. It had twists and turns. It felt like a true beginning and end story with no bullshit, no extra fucking whatever. I think it was original. It was probably one of the most easily top 3 most interesting story and kindles in the game, bar none. Not even close. I think it's the best of the myths so far. Silas could overtake it, but I think it's my favorite of the third myths. So we'll see. Silas. My favorite Silas kindled. My favorite Silas story. I really like Magnum Opus. Story-wise. Kindled-wise, I think that Valley Dream Bloom is one of the best. Valley Dream Bloom kindled is so good. In the Magnum Opus story, Magnum Opus kindled is okay. The story is great. Obviously, the Magnum Opus kindled is also good, but the story of that is incredibly interesting and just very sweet. So that's my 2 picks for that. And then Caleb, like I said, the robot bullshit is just so sick. Overall, it's just fucking... the card is good when the story hits before the kindled? Yeah, that happens, I feel like, rarely recently for me. The story doesn't hit as much as the kindled, which really sucks. But when it does hit, it hits like a fucking truck, bro. But Caleb, Lone Road Unreturned, I think, is my favorite kindled. And then I like Hidden Waves as well. Yeah. Hidden Waves, yeah. I like Hidden Waves. My favorite card is Caleb's 4-star Stage Resort. Interesting. I haven't done that one. But yeah, that's my picks, chat, for my favorite cards. His idle one's good. I didn't do the story though. I'm definitely missing out. Favorite main story beats. Hold up. Even though it's cockblock, yeah, that's true. Favorite story bits. There's been a plethora of them. I think Homecoming Wings is still my favorite so far. Death and Rebirth with Silas might overtake it, but something about Homecoming Wings was incredibly interesting throughout the whole thing. I'm not going to lie. Prologue to Tomorrow's been okay. Land of Secret Flames with Raphael is good. I didn't do Prologue. I didn't do Xavier's yet, which I know. I'm sorry. Throw tomatoes at me. Silas's Breakthrough. I really like Breakthrough. Breakthrough was good. Under Deepspace, I don't remember much about. But Homecoming Wings has still stuck with me a year later. But it's I liked it. Whether you like Caleb or not, it doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. The story and what happens, I just think is incredibly intriguing compared to a lot of the other the main story is great in general, but just all of this stuff is great. I'm just saying, Homecoming Wings just really stood out. It still stands out for me, even a year later. But Death and Rebirth could surpass it. It's been really good so far, so I'm gonna definitely continue that for sure. But yeah, that's I guess those are my faves for main story moments. Those are my favorite cards. Like I said, Deep Space, I'm only level 41 on that. I think that's everything, right? If you're planning on playing Silas's new myth, it's very long. I'm doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow's whole stream is Silas myth, so yeah. But I think that's it, man. Do I have a favorite Raph outfit? Oh yeah, let's do that. Hold up. Actually, let me just do this. Wait, let me do my favorite outfit for MC. Hold up. Do I read the 4 stars? I haven't really done that much, no. Styling. God, she looks so good. It was like 4 hours. Yeah, the Stylesmith is long as mother. I'll be doing it all night, so. God, my MC is so bad, bro. Okay. Raphael outfits. My favorite fit of his. I know it's boring. It's got to be. Take that fucking hat off, bro. My MC's so pretty, thank you. I don't know. Okay. Top 3 favorite Raphael outfits. The Browns hoodie is so gas. It's so gas. It's an all-timer. Then I'd say his sweater outfit, classic. I have the sweater. I love the sweater. It's really it's beautiful. And then number 3, he's got a lot of good ones. I'm just going off the ones that I have pretty much. I do love the Total Lockdown or Precise Control for everybody. And Abyss Walker I do love, but from the ones that I have, I would say I do like this one. But his Sea God is just great. He looks really sick. He's just cool. He's just very cool looking. MC wise, I think this one of my faves. She looks incredible. She looks absolutely incredible, as she always does. And then I would probably say the Fatal Frame fit from Silas's birthday. Just very cute. She looks very cute. I love this one. This is a hard to pick between all of these. I'm not gonna lie. She has so many good outfits. And then, oh, dude, Sea God. Oh, look at her. The pink, bro. Cute. And then I have to go with EXO, whatever the fuck. What's this shit called again? EXO 2? Oh no, AO1 or whatever. God, it's so cool, man. The wedding dresses too are beautiful. Like, the spring dresses, I know. The spring dress, like her beach outfit too. I love the yellow. It looks very good. Very good on her. Her Raphael birthday fit is cute. Oh, just, she's looking too good. I didn't get to look at the Silas one, the new one yet. Also, wait, hold up. The best outfit in the game, I take it all back, is this one, bro. Dude. Oh my god. Dude. Knight's Companion. She can strike at midnight. She can strike at any fucking hour of the day, bro. I'm not gonna lie. She can strike at morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, 1 p.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m., midnight. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. It's so good. Clip that. So clip that. Yeah, MC's, all of her fits are cool. I wish I could look at them better. But her Silas red dress, like this Enchanting Veil, I feel like it's a classic. Yeah, she's got some fire ass fits, man. The Scarlet Passion. Going to styling. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. Oh, here we go. Blood. Oh, is this the new one? Is this the new Silas one? Dude, what the Bloodborne? Bro. Oh, it looks so good with the silver hair. Oh my god. Blood Moon Soul Pact. This one looks even better. This shit looks like Sophia from fucking Liza P. Luminous Mist? No, too much skin. Midnight? Nah. Vibrant? I like this one. I'm a fan. Click the magnifying glasses. Oh. Oh my god, my goat. Dude, the Xavier ones too, some of the best in the game. Like, this shit is crazy. She could step on me. Sorry. Weird. This one's really, I like this one a lot. I love gray. I'm a big gray guy. I like lots of gray and light cream. This isn't just cream. It's like a gray pinkish. I don't know. But those are Zane's. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Bathing suits are cute. Hold up. Let's see what else we got. This one. Whose is this again? Is Xavier's because it's Starbound? Yeah. Right. That's Xavier. Yeah. God, it looks so good. All the myth ones are fucking crazy, bro. Miss Rose, cute. I like simple fit. I like that. Oh, I fuck with that. Dude, don't get me started with some thigh-high boots, bro. Chat, don't even get me started with some thigh-high heeled fucking boots. I could write a 5-paragraph essay, 20-page paper thesis. Okay? Don't even fucking get me started. All right? Like, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Knight's Companion. I need to move on before the next out before I say something bad, but if I was a girl, which fit would I wear? Dude, I'd wear this shit. I would wear this shit because I would be jacked as fuck. 2. That one's cute. Okay, it's okay. Classic. This one, oh my god, look at it, dude. Fuck. Okay, horse girl. I don't like that. No. Beautiful. God, I like. Okay, Space Adventure, cute. Melted Glow, classic but elegant. Soaked Night, dude. Me and Raphael after 10 minutes. Crimson Blade. Okay, yeah, I like this. This is the OG. Wow, wow. The outfits, these are all really good, but like they have gotten consistently better at making MC fits, I will say. A lot of these are very samey. It's really just a lot of it's very like short skirt, like dress. All the dresses go to the same length. They're not really, yeah, look at this. They're not really, the variation is kind of shit from the earlier game ones. And then some of these are newer as well. Oh, wait. Sassy. Okay, I love that one. Beautiful. The dresses are obviously beautiful. They're classic wedding dress. I like that it goes down past her fucking... No, that one still doesn't... See, that's good. This one's great. I don't need every dress to stop at, like, the thigh part right here. It kind of gets, you know, like, we get it. White and blue, cute. And that's the, you know, basic fits. Yeah. But no, I think we can agree, personally, that Knight's Companion is one of my faves. Spring Encounter I actually do really like as well. It's very cute. Can I purchase this? Oh, I can. Yeah, hold up. Give me. Yeah, look at that. I'm so glad we got a longer skirt. Yeah. Sea God and Xavier and Zane's, all of theirs, beautiful. They all look very similar, but Silas's birthday one, the Nature's Melody, probably my favorite, or second and third favorite. It's beautiful. And then the new one looks really good. Oh, yeah, this one's beautiful. This is so sick. This is literally Bloodborne. This is one of the best in the game, easily. Oh, 100%. It's fucking cool, dude. Okay, cool. Nice. There's my picks for Raphael. Let's check it, Raph. I'm not going to look at the other allies because a lot of them are similar. Actually, I guess I've kind of covered Raph's. I've kind of seen most of them. Yeah. A lot of them don't really do it for me. I have most of the ones that I actually like. Yeah, some of these are fucking hideous. Obviously, you naked. Yeah, we get it. Total precise control. All the guys look good with this on. I don't love Raphael in the suit though. I don't like when Raphael wears like the bigger, baggier clothes because he's a bit smaller. I don't love like the suit with like the shoulder pad look to it on him. It doesn't really. He looks too bulky. He's obviously in good shape, but like I like more of like the rounded out shoulders on him. It's more softer tone because he gives a more softer vibe. Like Silas makes more sense for those outfits to me. I like this one too though. This one's cool. But yeah. Have you seen the new black compression shirt? Yeah, I think it looks okay. I think they made the pants look like suit pants, and then the shirt looks like a black compression shirt you'd wear to the gym. It looks like they mix and match the styles. The fabrics don't match. They don't go together. I'm a picky bitch, I know. I think it looks good. I just wish that they made these, like, the black shirt look like the fabric was thicker. It could be just as tight. That's not the issue. It's just the top and looks like he's wearing something he'd go to the gym on, and then he's wearing dress pants. And so it looks a bit contrasty in a weird way. It's one of the best in the game. I agree. It's just the texture on the top. They either should have changed the pants to a different style or made the compression shirt more of like a compression sweater. More of like a tight knit sweater. I think it would have looked better. That's just a personal opinion, though. That's just from a standpoint of like what I would wear. You know what I mean? So that's just how it would be. I just don't like the gym compression Under Armour shirt with like 100 like expensive Calvin Klein suit pants. I love it, especially the top. What up, Aquarius? How you doing? Let's look at it real quick. Hold up. Let me show you guys what I mean. Because I'm going to get shot and killed with that take. Dude, is it not here? Do they not have it here? This one? No, not this one. See, look. See how this is like a, like this is also like a compression gym shirt, and he's wearing like pants that match it, right? This is like, this is gym outfit, right? The compression shirt on the new outfit, if you switched it with this one, it would match. It would match perfectly. It'd look great. It looked just as good. It looked better actually, but because he has the suit pants on, it just doesn't match for me. It's limited, so I guess you can't. Oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's so stupid. They should still have it down here. What the fuck? That's weird. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the fabrics look weird. Is it still? Wait, hold up. They should have paired it with gray sweatpants. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Or they just changed the fabric to look thicker. It'll literally be the same exact outfit, no different. It just makes the fabric look different. There's nothing wrong with the fit itself, and not at all. It's a great fit. I've worn that same thing. I have a black compression sweater with suit pants that I've worn countless times. I think it's great. It's just the sweater is like a knit fabric, not like a Under Armour shirt, you know? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be on here. I think, yeah, I'll look it up. Proof? Oh, yeah, I can't find it. That's okay. What's the shirt called? I'll look at it in a second. But yeah, Chad, that's it. That's the rundown. That's 1 year of Love and Deepspace. That's my thoughts about the game a year later. A lot of complaints, but, you know, it's because I like the game. And yeah. I'll see if I can play it for another year. I hope so. I've enjoyed it so far. The main story's been good. The memories, you know, lots of fun events going on, multi-banners, solos, you know, my streams celebrating them. So I'm excited to see what's in store for next year, what we got multi-banner-wise, solo banner-wise, update-wise, features, main story stuff. Hopefully some more combat stuff that would be cool. Maybe some more, like, just, like, random shit to do in the game. Maybe like a house kind of scenario. Maybe we'll have the allies interact eventually. Probably won't happen, but yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot. Maybe they'll upgrade. Maybe we'll have level 90 or level 100 unlocked. Maybe that'll be a thing. But that's a year of lads. To another year. To another year, chat. There we go. Let me know in the comments. This is for the YouTube video. Let me know in the comments your opinions on the game after playing for a year or 2 years, how long you've played the game, and any thoughts you have about it, about the game itself, what you like, what you don't like, what you hope changes, you know, what info does or doesn't do. Let me know. I feel like years from now they'll have the allies meet maybe. But bye, YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.